Wow, this is in May now. You see, wow, very fast. Oh, honey, Tian Yu and Gerald. Or May already. Wow, that is time flies, man. It's going to be 1 more month and half a year gone. Oh, hello. Okay, I can't hear anyone.
What?
Are you all going overseas, Gerald?
No.
Huh? No.
No.
Gerald, are you flying off? No. Honey, not in. Okay. Wait for Honey to come back. I've been sneezing the whole day today. So a bit, I think, not on my right frame of mind in case. I think the Wi-Fi is also not stable. Okay. This month, we are talking about resilience and responsibility. Yes, what you want me to wait for? Yeah, your camera is blank.
Wait, can you hear me? Oh, I can.
I can hear you, but I can't see your face.
What? On my screen, I put the stop video on, but then...
I don't know, you got to restart maybe.
Okay, I rejoin.
Sure. So, Gerald, what do you understand by resilience and responsibility? That is this one topic. No, nobody there. Well, I'll go off with you. Anybody home? Anybody home? Yes, Gerald, what do you mean by resilience and responsibility? Honey, are you there? I can't hear you. You're muted.
I just got back.
No problem. Tian Yu, I still cannot see your face.
No, but I think my PC broke.
Gerald, come. What do you understand by resilient? If you restart again 1 more time, Tian Yu, if cannot, then just leave it now. Okay. Sometimes you might be updating your Zoom.
Yeah, I check something. Yeah.
Yes, Gerald. Can you hear me, Gerald? Yeah. What do you mean by resilience and responsibility in your own definition?
Resilience is not giving up, and responsibility is like taking charge of what you're supposed to do, I guess.
Okay, thank you. How about Tian Yu? What do you think about resilience and responsibility? Honey, what do you think?
Wait. First, can I ask what is resilience?
No, I don't want to tell you first. I want you to tell me. Of course, I will explain to you lah. Okay, so I want you to tell me for what.
Both are important, but I'm not very sure about what's the meaning of resilience first. But responsibility is very important because let's say you're given a task as a group leader to lead your group, then it's your responsibility to lead them and not do anything else. So the responsibility part is very important also, like for bigger roles. Resilience, yeah, I'm not very sure for now because I'm not sure of the meaning.
No problem. Thank you so much for your explanation for responsibility.
And I rejoin again.
Okay, and Honey, yes.
Sorry, can't really hear you very well. Background noise.
I like the music. Oh, what is your definitions of resilience and responsibility? Yes, Honey.
I think resilience is more of like a, your never give up mindset, and like responsibility is just you have to be like responsible. You have to take. I think I'm going back to the responsibility more than once, but you have to take like you have to be the one dealing with the after effects of what you've done.
Okay. Guys, hold on now. I think my Wi-Fi is lagging. Can you hear me? Yeah,
I can hear you.
But I can't really hear you, Honey, because it's like piece by piece and that very distorted. Now is it okay? I changed my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. All right, thank you. So what about resilience? That's what you mentioned. Never give up, right?
Yeah, never give up.
Okay. I still can't see you. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's broken. I'll try to get it fixed after this.
No problem. Okay, let's go to the topics. what you mean by resilience? The word resilience. You see the word resilient, right? Resilience is like resilience, right? Oh, Tian Yu. No, Tian Yu.
Yeah.
So the word resilient is like the word from the word resilient, right? Look at my this chart here. You see the word resilience, right? It's like resilient, correct?
Silent.
Oh, right.
Uh-huh.
If you okay, so now I break these two words. What you mean by re?
Re is like redo like again.
Okay, redo. So the silence is go back to silent again, is it?
I'm not sure.
No. What you understand? You don't know the meaning of silence?
And silence in yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes,
Quiet.
Quiet. So why are you
Silence.
repeating the quiet again?
No, I mean, I guess so.
No. What you mean by that? If I separate the word silence, that means you're going to go back quiet again. Is it? Is that what you?
Like yeah, like you'll try again.
Okay. Okay, I'll leave it to this. Gerald, leave it as it is now for you. Gerald, what I mean by I break away silence? What is your understanding by this word? Gerald?
Sorry.
What you mean by silence in your own explanation and definition?
It's a bit noisy here.
Oh, no problem. You see, you saw the word silent. Oh, you know, silent, right? I break the words, correct now. Do you see what I'm doing? My mouth moving here. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, so what you mean by silence in your own definition?
Isn't it resilient?
I beg your pardon?
Huh?
What you mean by silence?
I don't know.
Okay, what you understand by the word re? What do you understand by the word re?
I don't know.
Okay, how about silent?
It means you keep quiet.
Be quiet now. Okay, Han Ling, can you explain the word re and silence?
It's just silenced again, like you put something down again of some sorts. Like you put those okay, if I were to use an analogy for this, it would be to silence the thoughts that stop you again, so you can move forward.
That's much better. Okay. So the word re is actually to do again and again and again until maybe you break the silence. Okay, that's my definitions. Okay, now let me explain to you. Okay, this month we'll be going around the world and we're going to do AZ factors and the leadership talk. Okay. Gerald, you will not find all these in any other tuition except mine because the AZ factors will be very, very useful in your social study, your other subjects you're doing in languages, as well as, of course, your English. All right, let's move on to this. Last week, we talked about this. Thank you so much for all of your explanations. Okay, your introduction, your thesis, we have done it very well. Okay, just a quick one. It is often said that money is the root of all evils, but I do not really agree to these notions. Have we done this before? Gerald? Han Ling? Tian Yu, have you done this last week? Yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then we have the thesis that we must distinguish carefully between what is to be and what is not to be when we are dealing with a tough and dilemma situations. So we are using the thesis that we help you in your essay writing, right? Next, the antithesis is against it. Break down. What is the antithesis? Right? What Uncle Raymond saying? On the other hand, we can observe that LOL may not be so popular than COD, as nowadays the games they select are all depends on your popularity and the way you like to play with the games. Like some surprisingly, not everyone like to play Genshin. Seriously, Gerald, do you like to play Genshin?
I don't play.
You don't play any game,
I play some games, but I don't play Genshin.
Okay. May I just curious? I believe you've seen the game before. So why do you like to play the game? May I ask, please?
Huh?
I think you've seen the game before, right?
Yeah.
I believe you've seen some of your friends play before. But 为什么你不要玩呢?
Because it takes very long to download.
Okay, what? Sorry.
Like a lot of storage space is needed to play the game.
Okay, what? But nothing wrong, ma. And now
So every time I download like 1 hour, then cannot play it.
Sorry again. 1 hour.
Of course, right? Sometimes I don't play for a very long period of time, then need to reload the things.
Oh, serious? So bad? That means there's some gains and the hiccups.
It's 30 gigabytes on my phone already, Joe. My
Huh?
phone cannot handle it.
Oh, can play on the phone?
Yeah.
Whoa. So can play on the phone, can play on the laptop, can play on the tablet lah.
Yeah, basically anything. But honestly, I'd rather you just go play Star Rail. It's less GB and it's a lot simpler.
Send to me. Send to me, okay? So next we are talking about...
Wait, what do you mean by send to you? Like send the game name to you or send
yes.
Oh.
By WhatsApp. Okay, then we have conclusion. Like, so just now we talked about in conclusions, why Gerald don't want to play the Genshin, because he took out a lot of space, because it kind of lag, because it's you know, what they call it, might be not useful, because that kind of space taken is I can use it for other purposes. Wow, what is this Honkai Star Rail? What kind of game is that? Okay, let's take a look around. Okay, next. For my conclusion is to sum up my arguments. I believe we are convinced that sustainability in Singapore plays an important role in ensuring the next generation to have more breathing space. And Ha-Ling mentions is that we have to accept that no one is perfect, yes, and our lives can only be dictated by our actions, and we have to take responsibility for them all. Can you say that in conclusion, the most satisfactory conclusion that we can come into is that fast food is very nice, even though it may not sound good to the health. Fast food means for people who are on the runs, on the go, that it needs immediate appetite to fulfill the hungry stomach. So Gerald said that to sum up my explanations, we have to accept...
Hey, teacher, do you know where the word fast food originated from?
I heard before, right? Yes.
It's from McDonald's, you know, back in the day when you wanted to eat like, you know, like burger and stuff.
Yeah,
It usually take very long at a restaurant, right?
Yes.
So McDonald's was famous back in the day for something called 30-second meal. So like you order within 30 seconds to get the food. That's how the word fast food came about.
You see, fast means good because you can go on the run, on the move, right, very fast. But some food, 30 seconds may not be so healthy, correct? The faster you can get is let's say the fried food. Fried food is the faster, because with the hot temperature, you fry the food, eat already, can go. It came from slow fast food trust. Oh my God, seriously. Okay, so Gerald mentioned that to sum up my explanation, we have to accept that there will be times in life that we encounter events that we are unprepared for. Gentlemen, why I purposely read all the 4 answers here, because we are related to this month topic about resilience and responsibility, okay? Later I explain to you what I mean. So Uncle Raymond mentions that we have to go through this once and then that's it, okay, clear up. To recap what we have learned last week. So I hope all these that you have learned for the past 3-4 lessons on this argumentative, there will be another new slide coming up for another way of doing things. Like this one, let us start one more time. Let us start by considering the fact that smoking and alcohol, I strongly believe that drinking alcohol is more serious than smoking because blood. So this is developing my arguments. Why? I make 2 comparisons. I'm using Peter, okay, Gerald. Peter means stand for what is my purpose to bring these 2 items. Then the E stand for explain the 2 things. Then my tonality is that I'm more harsh on alcohol than smoking. Okay, that's the tone. Then I give example why drinking is bad, because drink driving can kill the person, but smoking will not kill a person, as in immediately on the spot or within 1 hour the fellow drink already, then drunk. Then go and drive, of course. Okay, that is my example. A more vivid example. And the R, is it reliable? Yes. I think if you get 2 persons, one is smoking and one is drinking, heavily drinking. After 1 hour later, the guy who has finished smoking for 5 cigarettes, he's still sober. In fact, more sober than not sober. But the guys who are drinking alcohol for 1 hour later, he might be unsober. Oh my God, he's going to be like drunk, and then might do funny things to himself or to others. So that is called Peter. Okay, what is the purpose? Explain with the tonality and example, and is it reliable? Okay, so yep. So Ha-Ling mentioned that let us first understand that taking responsibility. Well done, Hey, honey, you talk about this one topic already, you see. So maybe you can use that. That's the reason you will be surprised why I mentioned some of these. It's also a recap. So let us first understand that taking responsibility first line in your actions, definitely for sure. And you have to make good decisions in the first place to avoid the consequences of bad actions. So the three of you just now talk about responsibility, must be serious, must take out things. It's your duty, it's the way that you carry out yourself, make sure that responsibility. So imagine you're writing an essay about responsibility, one word essay. How are you going to start off with your introductions using the word responsibility? How are you going to use a fables or feast spot to start off with your responsibility? Okay, we'll talk about it later on. So can you talk about, let us start by considering the fact that HIV is very dangerous and easily spread. It's because we do not take responsibility. How can you know? Okay, and then we are not resilient enough to make our life, because HIV is a very, very deadly disease. Gerald mentioned that the first aspects to point out is that out of the few scenarios that ran through your head, there are many more than you would not have thought of. We are talking about resilience here, Gerald. Do you have times, Gerald? Are you there? Oh yeah, okay. You know why? Because I don't see your hair moving. Because the last time I see your hair moving, maybe got wind. So because your hair is stagnant, I can't see. Okay, Gerald, tell me the truth. In your life, I believe you encounter a lot of ups and downs, for sure. Especially in your game, football, things about, talk about anything. Which is the one that you feel that through these particular actions or cause or events make you even more resilient? Back to you, Gerald. This is the purpose of us indirectly explaining to Tian Yu. Can you so take note about what is the meaning of resilience? Gerald, back to you.
Oh, so like sometimes in your exams or something, like you try and like guess, I think, like infer what questions will come out, but it would be safer to like just revise for all the topics.
Exactly, I have this before, Gerald. I spot topics to study, end up bloody hell, emotional damage. Wow, the topic never come out. I already 背得滚瓜烂熟了，哇，熟能生巧，哇。Then end up, instead of chapter 5, it came out chapter 7, that kind of things. Yes. So you are right. So instead of spotting the topics, more resilient, never give up on that one particular incident, and you make sure. In fact, Gerald, do you agree now? With this kind of failures in life, sometimes it make you even more stronger. Right? Just like football, maybe you lost. Sorry, okay, I'm so sorry to use Liverpool and Man U. 7-0.
7-0.
Yeah, but you see the last game, my favorite team, Tottenham Hotspur. You see my t-shirt.
Oh, nice.
Tottenham Hotspur. So Gerald, do you if you play football, you watch football, do you watch the match now that day when Liverpool and Spurs play?
I watched on Google.
First half, you watch on first half.
I'm not sure. I just like watch halfway, then I go do my things, then I come back.
You know the things the two games this is a very good example using Tottenham Hotspur. The first game was played with Newcastle. That was 6-1. The first half of the 20 minutes, wow, Hanling is really horrendous. Was down with 4-0 or 5-0. Then Harry Kane scored one more goal. So it's never give up the score. But unfortunately, no matter how they fight, Newcastle was so strong that Spurs cannot win. But last week, the game with Liverpool, 3-0, no, Gerald. People might be, the fan already start walking out of the stadium already, give up already. 3-0, no, within 10-15 minutes, you will never expect that Spurs will come back to draw and nearly draw the game or win the game. As you can see, Son Heung-min and Harry Kane and some of the players hit the work and pole here and miss, and good save by the goalkeeper. Okay, and then one guy supposed to be red carded because he leave out his leg so high and kick on skip, Oliver skip head and then what else? And then the last minute Richarlison score, I thought it's draw. So you see, never give up. Just like football. I always tell my soccer player back in the schools, if you are down by 1 goal or 2 goals, you have still continue to fight on. That means to break the silence, to go back to re-silence, the silence, to break the silence, become not a voice. So sometimes look at, Gerald, you do history, right? No, okay. You know Pearl Harbor? Pearl Harbor?
The bomb.
The Japanese attacked the Pearl Harbor during
Yeah.
World War II. You see, if Japan were not to attack Pearl Harbor, to a lot of people say, oh, it was a failure to protect Pearl Harbor. Because of the attack of the Pearl Harbor, they make USA to be more resilient and take the responsibility higher. And because of the Pearl Harbor, they don't want to make the same mistake again. So they become more alert, more aware, and give their attentions all the way to fight back in the Midway, which is against the Japanese, about 13 aircraft carrier. And they sank about 7 to 8 aircraft carrier out of the US 7 to 8 aircraft carrier. So the Japanese was outnumbered their aircraft carrier against the US aircraft carrier. That shows something through all this history and through all this in your life, resilience is so important. Okay, then now you get it now. Okay. The other side of the argument. So okay, this one we will not want to talk soon. Okay, never mind. We can talk about it. Will be interesting to see the different viewpoints of others on the matter. How would one thing act when they are faced with the same situations? Okay, that is something like resilience. It would also be interesting to see the match between blue. Okay, fine, that is the basketball. Also talking about, tell you what, this basketball also talk about resilience. You see, sometimes when the team are down with maybe 20 points on left only 1 minute to go, you just need a 3-pointer step shot, boom, you win the game, right? So it's like as long as the whistle does not blow for the final last second, you still have a very single good of chance to win. Just like the Liverpool and Spurs game. Thought of drawing, but end up when they restart the game and the ball pass back, end up boom, that's it. They took the chance. So resilience is like not just never give up. Give all to make sure that this silence become a big noise to be heard. Gerald mentioned that equally relevant to the issues are the questions of how to be prepared for every difficult issue. This is about resilience. However, it can be questionable whether we can fully be prepared for every situation. Yes, not everything. So Gerald, you agree now? Sometimes you might do certain thing you want to do again, until you say, damn it, I'm going to give up, I don't want to do it. Especially math. I don't know about you. For me, math, I do 2 or 3 times. If I cannot find the answer, I look behind the answer already. The textbook answer or the 10-year series. Or the best thing is last night I got no handphone. Either I call my friend or the next day I go and ask my friend for help. So resilience is not easy, tell you. Resilience means that you have to go through like what Gerald mentioned, prepare every difficult issue. You might go through 1, 2, just like Thomas Edison will make the light bulb. He might go a few stages, end up finally he found a light bulb. So he's keep on doing 9,000 over times to finally find the 10,000. Well, not easy. This resilience and responsibility, I'll tell you, it's not easy, If you ask someone like that, they might halfway give up already. Just that spark of time give up, and that's it. So resilience is very important this month, Gerald, Ken Yu and Hanling, because this is in the month of May. If you're going to give up now, and this is your set 3 on Hanling, you are already going to pass the halfway mark. Okay, the halfway marks. Then after the June, that's why I want to put this topic in the May, because halfway mark, by the time in July, is where it's the most hectic one. You have to be really full force with it. It's either do or die. I can see some students, Gerald, after set 3, they either give up, they you know what happened, they fail, they stay back in set 3. Seriously. I'm one of the example, my time, okay. So conclusions, okay, all of these, okay, never mind. We talk about it. Okay, we completed here. Okay, now let's start from this. I hope that we can use all this later for your resilience and responsibility, okay? So later we will do this. It's just a couple of few things. Okay, we will stop here. Let's go to our topics today. Then we can make use of this part here later. Okay, culture last week we do during the last 10 minutes. Okay, come. Can you? Let's read.
Yeah, okay. What is respect, resilience, and responsibility? Respect, resilience, responsibility, and reasoning are the 4 critical skills required to create a safer and more positive online environment for everyone.
Not just the online, all of you listen, not just the online. These 4 also very important to a society. A society that makes like in Singapore, okay, is very important. Because without that, that's it.
Okay, from yours is resilience and responsibility. Resilience. There's no give up of hope and desire to succeed in life. Success in life.
No, to
You
succeed.
must succeed, succeed in life. You must give in all your effort to withstand the dangerous waves of attack in an ocean full of risk, violence, and danger. But if you are able to stand tall and stand strong to spring back in great shape and fight a tough battle to be the top of the crest. This is what I call resilience.
Okay, to be the top of the crest. So you have to
Crest, my
spring
bad.
back, like springboard, not springboard. Those diver want to dive in the swimming pool, the Olympic diving competition. The springboard is so that you can leapfrog further. Okay, once you have 1 setback, 2 setback, you must really leapfrog because you are already behind time, behind your schedule, behind your deadline, behind your projects resources. So resilience is like move on to that. You know, I'll tell you, after World War II, a lot of countries have to be very resilient, especially Japan. When they know their city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed badly and they surrender, all suddenly out of nowhere, the one white man come to their rising sun to take care of them, to watch over them. It's like, holy damn it. It's like, oh gosh. Until today, you see, they are so after that, a while later, you see they built a lot of beautiful cars, a lot of electronic gadgets for us, like Sony Walkman is one of them. Okay, so you see, children, if Singapore today don't be resilient, hey, brother, we will not be sitting here talking to one another. Okay, back to you, Tenyu.
Okay, responsibility. Every human being on this planet has his or her responsibility to ensure the success of being a good human, to enable all living things to coexist and live in a tendency world
Tenacity. In
Huh?
a tenacity word.
tenacity,
Write down this word.
tenacity, world to live a better, safe, and fulfilling lifestyle, to endure true tough, tormenting and torturing time, and responsible for oneself upbringing.
Yeah, tenacity is the quality of being able to grip something firmly, and the quality to determine that you want to do well. So tenacity means 怎么讲？不要跟失败低头，不要跟失败说我已经输了 ，surrender 了。That means 低头跟认输。Tenacity means you hold on to your belief and hold on to what you think is good. That you continue to believe that you can be done. Very good example for Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. When Lee Kuan Yew took over from the British and become Singapore independence, and then later on broke away from Malaysia. Wow, that is the time when Singapore is like lost a father or mother, become a homeless child. And this child had to start to build from scratch to be made to ensure that he can be successful. And true enough, today, after 1965, about 50 years of independence, you can see the richness of the culture, the diversity in Singapore. That you can see the infrastructures is one of the best in the world, with such a small city and such a population of less than 7 million people. We can make it. So before that, it was less than 5 million people, and we make it. And this all thanks to our great grandfather, and your parents like us. Okay, so that is where you're going to do it. So that is the responsibility. What you realize, I put this resilience and responsibility. It's just like they are twins. I'll tell you, they are twins. So when you just remember, when you have responsibility, you must be resilient, because sometimes responsibility give up. For example, very very clear cut is that if this a child who has cancer, and there's the responsibility of parents to take care of this child. But if it's not resilient enough, not to give up, that means continue to make sure that I believe my son, my daughters can go through this cancer procedure, cancer episode, cancer ordeal. and I know that it's my responsibility as a parent to take care of my children, my son who is having cancer, I will not going to give up on him as long as there's a slightest, the 0.01% hope. If there's still hope, I will still go all the way up to make sure that my son is cured. So I realize, I'll tell you. So resilience and responsibility is like really hand in hand. If you do not have responsibility, you will drop your resilience. If you have the resilience, means that you know that it's your responsibility to make it better, to make it more successful, to make it more awesome, not awful. Right. Okay, let's look at this one. This one is every week I have different topics to talk about. Okay, so respect. Honey, are you there? Honey, are you there?
Well, Charlie gonna make us write our own meaning about responsibility and stuff.
Well, I actually thought of it later. Yes, you're right.
Later, okay. I mean, I just watched something which I have a good example to use.
Well
for
done.
it.
Well done.
Yeah, I just watched like a video just right before I joined.
Yeah, wait for
Yeah.
Honey to come back.
He probably went toilet or get food, either one.
Okay. Never mind. So tell you, why don't you read this?
Okay.
This is something like the four. Okay, let's go.
Our students, our future. Respect. We respect the rights of others and acknowledging our own rights in a respectful way.
Yeah. So in school, you must respect your teachers, your fellow classmates, your principal, your anyone, even the auntie sweeping the floor. Okay, the uncle who is doing some cleaning in the toilets, or the person who sells food in the canteen. So that's respect. Back to you, can you, Honey? Can you to read the respect already? So now it's your responsibility to read the word responsibility.
Responsibility. We make good decisions, we care for others, and we are accountable for our words and actions. We recognize that our words and actions can make a positive difference.
Very simple lah. Okay, wait. Responsibility, right? No, what is your responsibility of your father now? Is to make sure bringing bread and butter on the table, right? And take care of your family, 对吗?
Yes.
So honestly, honey, next time you as a father, what is your responsibility as a father with 4 children? So you got 4 children. You got 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. Your wife is also working. Your parents stay with you. Okay, then you have a helper. Okay, you have 2 cars. You stay in a landed property. So what is your responsibility now? Still have to think, bro. Seriously, no.
Like you have to provide for your family, obviously.
Provide family is part of your responsibility, brother. More than that, hello, come on.
Then I don't know, Joe.
Just think now you are a father and a family. What is your most biggest responsibility? You are now 36 years old.
Isn't it just provide for the family?
And let's say you are 40, 你40岁了, 40 years old. Okay. Providing his family is not important.
Then what is it?
It's important. Sorry. It's important. Okay, you hold on, you think, Gerald. So now you're 40 years, okay? Same scenario with Han Ling. So what is your biggest responsibility now?
I don't know.
Don't give me a Singapore student's answer, I tell you.
It's to study.
Oh my goodness.
I already gave you my best answer.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that is the answer, but that's what my parents always say, is that your responsible now is to not make money or anything, but just study and shit. But in my opinion, I feel like in our responsibility, yeah, it's to study, but it's to enjoy our childhood first.
No. I'm talking now. You are 40 years old. You are 40 years old.
Yeah, but we're not 40 yet. Why would we know this?
Let's move the bloody time machine forward. Okay.
Make money for our family.
Okay. That's the biggest responsibility for you. Okay, then Han Ling say the biggest responsibility is to take care of the family, which is not wrong. How about you, Gerald?
I'll take care of everyone in the family.
I beg your pardon, my dear. Sorry.
Huh?
What is your answer?
Yeah, same as Han Ling, I'll take care of everyone in the family.
I think the biggest responsibility for the 3 of you is take care of your health. Agree not? If you are not able to take care of your health, how can you take care of your family?
40 years old.
In 40 years old, that's where the spare part come in to have
if you don't smoke, you don't drink, your body shouldn't be that bad.
Not necessary, brother. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree. That means you see, you already know that there's a very strong responsibility, correct? You don't smoke and you don't drink, correct? Because you have a heavy shoulder responsibility to take care of your family, to earn a lot of money. Well done, well said, well done. Good, good. Okay, what else? Come on.
I don't think there's anything else. Like,
One more.
if you put your health in front of everything, then yeah, sure, there's nothing wrong with that. You can just care for everything after that. Maybe
One
teaching
more.
your children out, no?
Do you realize that because now you're 40, your children are still quite young, huh? So
Not necessarily.
your responsibility quite young, that means it might be 10 over years old, huh? Depends on how old you marry. So like now, you see, your daddy responsibility not just keeping himself healthy, huh? Like the three of you, your daddy not only keeping themselves healthy, but they also, their responsibility is to make sure the family is safe. Correct now? Must be safe. True now. Because nowadays the world here, only COVID lah, a lot of things. Sometimes I just realize in Singapore, got this old lady walk on the road and also can get knocked down and killed. Oh my goodness. Then people walk halfway can take a knife and start stabbing and fighting. Don't know what kind of society is getting out of hand. Thank you. Back to you, Haning, resilient.
We have a clear self-belief, determination, and understanding, and making mistakes is a key part of learning. We know that the more effort we put in, the better we become.
Yeah, the more effort, right? You said more effort. I heard, 我听成 the more asshole. Okay, no, I think
Has some food in my mouth.
I know. So can you now 你明白吗? So resilient is going through a series of failures, a series of really down to the like quicksand and mud that make you much better. Okay, to slowly get away to shove off, to take away the mud of your body and make you to clean yourself and make it better. Because the last one, get Haning.
Relationship. We nurture our connections with others and believe that education is best delivered within the context of a positive relationship.
So you see, as a father, now you're 40 years old, you have a responsibility and make it the resilience that you see every time when you come across any ups and downs in your families. You want to build a better relationship because it's your responsibility and to make sure that everyone in the family respect one another. So you see, super important. Okay. All right. Thank you, Haning, for reading. Now, this is your essay. How to be a resilient and responsible leader. Do you have what it takes to be a great leader with these qualities? These two qualities. Okay, ready? Haning, I tell you, you are right, you see. Yeah, you don't find this in your essay. This is a last minute insertion. Okay. Okay, Gerald and Tianyu and Haning, take note now. Because you're going to do this. Okay, let's go. Let me read about my resilience. Under the topic here called, the title is How to be, wait, I make it smaller so that it makes sense. Okay. So later we'll spend some time to do this. So I start off with resilience. It's all about failure after failures and you still not giving up hopes. Continue to take stride and do your utmost best to achieve successful result at the end of your journey. Responsibility. To ensure you are able to take accountability, duty, and tasks seriously and meticulously in your life. So you are aware and alert to your surrounding environments and to live a better, fulfilling lifestyle. And how you will work for you. The ability of being resilient is to solve all types of problems, like what Gerald, you're saying, right? Remember just now? Well done. So if there's this essay, I think Gerald can do well because you already know the definition, the explanations, the example, wow, everything. So let me read again. The ability of being resilient is to solve all types of problems. Oh my goodness. Why so careless? Okay, with the right attitude in handling the issues with great responsibility. So now you can see why the resilience and responsibilities 好像是双胞胎 twins. So later, guys, you have to do this for sure. Hold on. Let me move on to this one here. The world needs resilience and responsible children like you. Gerald, ready, go.
how often do we hear a sigh and then I wish my children acted more responsibly. We've also heard she's so irresponsible, I have to do everything for her. Or at his age, I had to act responsibly. I did not have any choice. What has happened in an era where children had more privileges, opportunities, and freedoms than ever before, but often show little inclination towards responsible action? Here we explore how we might build resilience while encouraging the development of responsible children.
You know,
Many of us grew up with too much responsibility and little freedom. Today's parents are witnessing, often encouraging children to have little responsibility and too much freedom. Too much freedom means having and doing whatever they desire without earning it and without a sense of ownership or accomplishment.
so Gerald, may I ask you, I may not know you too well because I only know you a few months. I know that these two leaders has been more than 1 year, so I roughly know their kind of ABC, their attitude, behavior, and characters. So honestly, I ask you, do you think that you have the freedoms of what you're doing now? Do you think that you are a child who is really pampered at home? Do you think that you are a child who have whatever you want in life? Compare, like maybe your grandparents might have told you that, wow, 孙子啊，你真的好命嘞。You're born in this era that you have most of the things. Do you think that you are thank God you're happy with what you have now? Honestly.
Yeah,
Good, huh?
I think so.
Okay, so in order not to be taken away from these freedoms of choice, this freedom of things, you will want to maintain to make sure that you will uphold this. If not, one day these are gone, that means your next few generations will suffer, right? So then you want to preserve these things. So it's your responsibility to hold it. But then you say that nowadays the children are really unteachable, or hopeless case like strawberry generations. I call it the durian generations instead of strawberry. Now durian inside is very soft and then got different taste, different flavor. So the spiky outside is like the parents protecting the children, the spikes outside the durian. So very protective. So in order to want to pry open to eat the meat, you have to go through a lot of obstacles through parents to protect you. Then after that, you go inside, you feel that the durian got a very hard seed. Sometimes it's so hard to the meat might be a bit little, but the seed is so big. So it depends on your choice of the durian they choose. So the children nowadays, to me, is a durian generation because you are exposed to different types of situations. That's what you mentioned in some of you in your just now those short answer. So you should know that you thank God you have all these. But then again, I'm just curious. Since you have all these things and you know that the next generation is going to demand more than what you are going to have. So are you ready now, Gerald, Hanling, and Daniel? Are you really ready to face that kind of not consequences, to face that kind of challenges that your children is going to expect more than what you expect? That means they might say, sorry, Daddy, you are not supposed to tell me this and that. You say, during when I was young, my parents also tell me to do this. Now you tell me I should not tell you what to do. There might be a new system coming out now with the MOE changes of the syllabus. Okay, why? Let's read on. Thank you. Honey.
Definition of responsibility. Responsibility is the ability to make choices and accept the consequence. Oh, the word I was thinking of just now was consequence. I couldn't think of the word consequence.
Yeah, it's okay. Now you get it. Good. Yes. It's the consequences.
It involves recognizing and accepting limits and understanding the relationship between cause and effect. Acts of irresponsible behavior are appropriately rewarded with increased freedom. In the other world, those who demonstrate responsible behavior are often awarded bonuses, promotions, or additional privileges. At minimum, they receive less management supervision. They earn these rights and freedoms.
So you see, just now, Gerald, what you read just now about freedom, giving more freedoms, there are more of this. What is the consequence of the next generation of yours? The next two generations, that means your son and your grandson, your daughter and your granddaughters, that generation, that next two generations. Okay, we of course I will pray that you can see your great grandchildren, great grandchildren, the third generations. or even the great-grandchildren, your fourth generation. Well, nevertheless, whatever generation you're talking, I foresee the next 2 generations is going to be a very hard nail to crack, man. Or hard nuts to crack. Seriously. Can you hard nut to crack? You cannot penetrate to their brains to tell them, this is the way I want to do things. So they might tell you, no, sorry, daddy, this is my way to tell you that I want to do this. So that is where the consequences, the causes of effect. Too much of freedoms given to you. So it's like, Gerald, have you ever fly a kite before? Honestly, you fly a kite, right? Honey, you fly a kite before?
Yeah, I have.
Tianyu, have you ever fly a kite before? Flew a
I
kite.
don't remember, but most likely no.
Fan Feng Zhen, you flew a kite before, not fly, sorry, past tense, sorry. You flew a kite before, right? So when you
I don't think so.
when you okay, let's say if you see people flying a kite, they will have a string attached to the kite, and then they will start to let go, pull back, let go, pull back. The higher the kite fly higher, wow, you feel very shook. Wow, it's damn shook. You wish that you are the kite, can see the whole place. Okay, that's where our dear friend, was it Thomas Edison or who put the key, it fly the kite, and then the lightning strike the key, then the key got the electrics, the power, and things like that. So look here. This is something like a kite. When the string broke, the kite will fly to even any direction. It can land on any surface of the earth. Same thing. If the responsibility is not given to the right things, you will be just like a kite without a string flying around. But if the kite is strong and good, the string is strong and good, it is your responsibility, right, Tianyu, Gerald, and Honey. It is your responsibility to hold on to manipulate the kite, to maneuver the kite so that the kite later, if you want, you don't feel like flying with it, you can call back the kite and then keep the kite and fly the next day or the next month or next week. So same thing about responsibility. Sometimes you might want to give more of the responsibility to others. But sometimes you might want to control your responsibility. You agree not, Gerald? You see, like very simple, you like might play game now. Then when it comes to exam, your parents' responsibility is to make sure that you have a good resilience. That means you concentrate and focus on exam. They might take away your games or your game console, your what you call that? PlayStation, right? Or what is another one called? What box? What is that box? PlayStation and
Xbox.
Xbox, thank you. And the Wii. The Wii.
So no one plays the Wii anymore, huh?
Nobody play Wii.
Yeah.
Not serious.
Yeah.
So bad.
That's ancient. Wii is ancient. You're a boomer.
Oh, okay, sorry lah. I'm still backdated. 对不起. Okay, Honey.
Children with unearned privilege, freedom without responsibility can lead to inconsiderate behavior and an attitude of privilege. One day when an adult yells out, "You brat," in contrast to responsibility without freedom, it can lead to resentment and conflict. Sometimes an older child is expected to look after the younger children, be a good example, and maintain the good behavior line, without receiving deserved acknowledgement and freedom to make some independent choices such as curfew or allowance spending. Consider this formula. Increased responsible behavior leads to increased freedom. Decreased responsible behavior leads to decreased freedom.
Just like the kite law. The more you let go, you're giving more freedom. The kite will able to roam around the sky, okay, in a very big, nice place. Then when you're leaving, you're pulling back, the kite will coming down, they'll be limited. So when are you going to give the limitations, freedoms to your children? So Gerald, that day, few days ago, I really beat my son quite badly. Not really bad. Because you know what did he do to me? I asked him to study, he don't study fine. The moment he used his eye to stare at me, Gerald, it's like those gangsters staring. Where, if it's my responsibility, if I don't control him, he might go and stare people next time outside. And he's going to get killed or get beaten up. He also don't know what happened. So, in Singapore, I don't know how you feel. Because I went through this kind of childhood life, Gerald. When we were young, if we stare at people in a certain look, a certain angle, there's this thing called staring incident, right? Gerald, you know what I mean, right? A few years ago, there was this case staring incident that one of the teenagers got stabbed to death. And it was a group of gangsters who did it. No, okay, I won't say gangster, I'm so sorry. Maybe gangster and hooligans. They'll step that guy. And it's the same thing in Orchard Tower. So this guy also, just because of staring incident, he was being slashed to death unnecessary. The knife went through his throat, things like that. So you see, as a responsible father, I went through this. I got also.
Wait.
Sorry.
Wait, didn't that like a similar case happen with like a delivery, like one of those like food delivery dude, like uncle go stare like I'm not sure, go stare like a 13-year-old or something.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
13 go fight,
Oh,
go beat up the uncle. Yeah.
Correct, correct. 你看什么看？那个13岁打那个 uncle，
Yeah.
哎，13岁嘞。
I'm not sure who was at fault because like the thing was so confusing.
Even who at fault, I think the 13 years old should be, I would say 13岁就这样可以哇打人了。我跟你讲，他23岁不是完蛋，做黑社会老大。
Sorry.
Correct or not?
Yeah, sorry. And then when you say this, then I just remember about
Yeah,
it.
if you say if it's 20 plus 30 plus 打架我没有话讲13岁去打人，14岁去那个金店偷金链，14 years ago the goldsmith and steal the goldsmith and the gold jewelry. Wow. I mean, this is in Singapore. We don't need to go far for Malaysia or Thailand or whichever country. Yeah, I saw the TikTok. Yeah, and it was that both of them was I think they whacked each other until so badly both.
But then the uncle took the most one, like took the heavier hits. Like you're trading blows, and then after that, the 13-year-old like outpowered it all.
I'm so embarrassed that the uncles lost to the 13 years old.
I mean, you have to look at it two ways. One, it's a 13 versus an uncle. Uncle.
But depends on uncle how old correct?
Yeah.
Also uncle what?
But can you fight?
Of course.
Then you should fight handling. You should go to the boxing ring, I'll watch.
Nah, bro, I'd slam him.
Oh, you slam me. Okay.
I have he very powerful. He beat the who? Who's that?
Yeah. He got martial art. He learn martial art.
Yeah. A bit.
Both of us do.
Yeah, I also learn martial art.
But I quit mine already.
I also quit mine recently.
I have he fought Muhammad Ali and win, don't play.
Oh, Muhammad Ali is now old already. He got Parkinson disease. Tell me if this I feel very 很丢脸的一个 uncle 打输给一个13岁的。Unless you tell me that uncle got health issue correct not? Maybe he cannot fight because he's weak, he got health problem. Then 我没有话讲。If he's a healthy person, 50 plus my age 不可能会打输一个13岁的嘞。Unless you say the 30 years got weapon, and then I got nothing to say. But it's a bare hand. Okay, I don't know. Maybe the uncle 让他啦。Okay, I don't know. Seriously. Okay, thanks for reminding these incidents. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the staring incident of Gerald. You see? So if I don't tell my son not to stare at me like that, if I don't teach him properly, next time you go out and stare at people like that, 我一个儿子死掉我也不懂，一个儿子给打到很厉害，怎么办？ This is seriously in Singapore the staring incident is quite a serious. So please when anyone stare at you, be careful. And true enough, Gerald, 2 days ago I went to Tanjong Pagar to do some set out. Got one Indian foreign worker came approach me and stare at me, So I already know something wrong, Gerald, and Han Ling tell you. So I stare back. I look at him. You know what the next thing he do? He approached me and say, my MRT card got no money. Can you help me to top up? The next thing I look at him, I keep a distance about 1.5 meter away. And I say, yeah, you go to the counter the control station and ask for help Don't ever go near to anyone when they start to show you something. Because the moment you sniff something or the mouth come out something with certain drugs or what, you might be hypnotized by the behavior. You never know. Be careful. And then after that, I went to toilet. I tell you, I went to toilet and came out. I still observe him at one corner to see what is he doing. So he was looking for another prey. So be careful. So every time when you walk on the street, when people stare at you, the best is don't stare back. Look at some reflections, or Gerald, look at some reflection that can reflect. Maybe see whether he's from behind. Look at the reflection. Look for reflections, like a mirror, a glass, thing like that. Then pretend to stand there, use your handphone, to take a selfie and then see things like that. Okay, even you can take a selfie and take a picture straight away, take a picture and send to whoever your loved one. Someone is stalking me. You never know, not the girls who get stalked, guys also can get stalked. Okay, we are talking about LGBT. All right, let's go. Gerald, can I have weakening our children's resilience? Yes, Gerald, can we continue?
Oh, I was muted. Okay.
Oh.
Too often, parents actually rob their children of their ability to act responsibly. They act more like servants than family leaders. They block their children from the responsibility and consequences for their choices. I heard a teacher describe parents who flew into schools with their children's forgotten lunches. Helicopter parents. Helicopter parents fly to the rescue rather than allowing their darlings to feel a hunger pang or learn to negotiate with a friend for a bite of peanut butter sandwich. Other rescues may involve over-involvement with homework, purchasing frivolous items to appease a whine, and doing for their children's tasks for which they have the competence. The family researcher Jean Isley Clark calls overindulging children the new abuse.
The new abuse. I like the words. I will disagree with what the author say that helicopter parents will flew all the ways to the canteen to pass the food to the children. I will do that, no, Gerald and Daniel Honey. I will do that if my children got, or even my grandchildren, I say, Gong, I got no food. I will definitely drive and bring the food to them to eat. Okay? Because I don't want my children, my grandchildren, or even my student to go hungry. A hungry man is an angry man, and a hungry man cannot think well. So if they, you see, last time we can share food, Gerald. Now you see share food, you're also scared. You know why, Gerald? You dare to share food with your friends, even share drinks. Now with COVID, you don't know, right? Correct, seriously. Right? So you might not want to share food. And that's one thing. By sharing food, sometimes it's not saying no good. Maybe that poor boy of your friends might be also hungry, right? So I would really fly in to buy food for my children. I will go always, I will not, if anyone to block me, that's good luck to them. I will fight my way through and give the food to the children. But the next thing is true. I cannot take it, can you? Oh, honey, have you ever seen a baby, a boy, or a child in the shopping center of nowhere to go sit on the floor, then bang the leg on the floor, crying, whining, I want this toy, keep shouting and screaming, and then the parents there coaxing him or coaxing her and say, okay, or let her cry until he tired already, then go home. I ever seen this, Gerald, in a Changi Airport Terminal 3. That was many years ago. Well, the son can sit at one corner, cry, then the mother eating, the father stand there and watch the son cry. Then like tag team, like tag team. Then after that, the wife finish eating, the wife pass over, the wife stand there, and then the husband go there and continue eating. What the? Seriously? Then there's one wife pass by, so what happened? You know what the father said? Never mind, leave him alone. It's like you are just crying outside the restaurant. People want to eat, for goodness sake. Seriously. So is this the right way to show your responsibility to take care of to bring up your child, upbringing your child like that? So maybe next time the son grew older, when the parents are old, the parents start crying, sorry, this is last time you do that to me, now I do that to you again. Oh, I don't know. So is it good that you let the child to learn to be hungry, let the child know that not everything through crying you will get what you want. I think the second one, I agree okay, is to make sure that not giving, but sometimes parents feel that I don't know how to handle my child. So that's the best way to do it. Maybe when he grow older or she grow older, she will learn. Not true. Sometimes they will never learn. Okay, have you ever heard of this story, Gerald? When there was this boy when he was young, he go and steal something. Then he say, mommy, come, I want to tell you a secret. He said, yeah, I went to the neighbor to steal an egg. Egg, never mind. Oh, never mind. Then after when he grow older, he go and steal a chicken. Then mommy say, never mind. Then when he grow older, he go and steal money.
Oh yeah, you've told us the story before.
Then the mother say, never mind, never mind. Then finally he do something so badly, and he kills someone. Gerald, have you heard of this story? No, So the judge asked the boy, the boy, say Akao, okay, Akao. So Akao, what is your last wish before you're going to send for death sentence hang? He said, yeah, I want to speak to my mom quietly, secretly. Okay. He granted the wish. So he asked the mom, come. I want to talk to you. You know what happened? The son bit off the mommy ears. Because of your this year, you害到我今天要那个 you see? No, it's just a story to tell you, okay, something like responsibility, okay. Okay, continue.
Okay. Here are a list of ways to foster responsibility. Acknowledge when children demonstrate responsible behavior. Say, thank you. You demonstrated responsibility by putting everything back where you found them. Use methods that are compatible with learning styles. For children with an auditory preferences, gives a lot of verbal encouragement and recognition. For visually oriented child, leave notes of appreciation.
Yeah, sometime maybe you see, next time maybe I'll tell you, when you buy the what do you call the bento set and put in the fridge, then because you and your wife busy, then you put there a note stick outside the fridge and say, hey son, there's a bento set for you. Love daddy and mommy. Okay, we are flying off for our meeting. Example like that. Then there's the first child. Okay, then after finish the food already, your son might put a note. Thanks daddy, mommy. Okay, for the lovely food, the sticker, something like that. Of course, you can say, Uncle Raymond, he can WhatsApp me. Yeah, of course he can WhatsApp you. He can call you and video call you. Hey, hi, mom, dad, you're now in Las Vegas, right? Having a meeting. Yeah, I just taken my food. I think your time is night time. My time is morning time. Okay, have a good day. Rest. So this is called communication skills. This communication is very important. You want to say something, honey? No, don't want to say anything. Okay, carry on. Number 2.
Okay. Allow children to experience making low-risk mistakes without rescuing them. These are called natural consequences. For example, if they lose or break something, do not immediately replace them. Offer to help them create a scenario for their problem.
Create a solution for their problem.
So, sorry. Oh my God.
Tell you.
Solution.
This will not happen to me when I was young. If I broke something, or I suddenly spill a milk on the floor, or I eat my grain of rice drop on the floor, I tell you, the next thing, a smack on my head, on my face, on my butt, anywhere will comes in.
I won't say for me it isn't a smack, but it's gonna be a nagging. And then my parents will usually just ask us to figure out our matter ourselves.
Yeah, lucky you, that's your generation. Maybe your next generation will tell you, Daddy, since you see it, why don't you pick up for me? Since you can tell me there's rice or wheat on the floor, 为什么你不要帮我拿起来？你跟我讲做么？ Oh my God, that might be the next generation Gerald 怎么办？我的 generation 东西掉在地上就是啪，我去 one slap, or pull my ear or keep my hand。你的手做么？你手是脚脚是手鸡手压脚哪一个筷子都不好。Oh my goodness, like now I come and think of it, is that the right thing to do when I was young? Or is it too harsh? Or is it the responsibility of the parents now do it? No, definitely I don't blame them. In fact, it made me a much better, more resilient person. A resilient person. Now you understand? It made me more resilient. It means that whatever I do, like my thing, 我要三思而后行. I must think carefully that, okay, if I do this wrongly, that's why, honey, you can't think of the word consequences, right? The consequences is called the causes and effect. Take note.
It just slipped my mind for a second when I was talking about responsibility. I knew there was a word somewhere that was like similar to like take responsibility for your actions, but I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I know the causes and effect, which is the consequences. I think if you do any argumentative essay or expository essay, you will have this kind of consequences and effect. No, causes and effect equal to consequences, that kind of things. So you see, you're lucky, that you know your mommy is nagging, 哎呦，天佑啊，你怎么吃东西的？吃到嘴巴有个洞啊，为什么东西掉下来？哎，快点拿布来擦，对吗？天佑 ，that's all 啊。Then they'll say, okay, move on. But now maybe next generation, I don't know. 那掉就掉了咯，你要讲什么多什么 ？I don't know. Maybe they might find that hello, it's normal. Then last time when we can't finish the rice, Gerald, well, we are forced to make sure I finish everything until when my parents don't see it, you go to one corner and vomit out everything. Now it's like 理所当然，我吃不完就是吃不完哦。为什么你逼我吃？我就吃不完丢掉啦。Right? Then you say waste food. What waste food? I cannot finish. You keep my health. My health will be badly affected. You see, there's a different generation. The responsibilities get different. Can you number 3, please?
Okay. Arrange for age-appropriate logical consequences. Check that children understand what you prepare to do and not to do. I'll read you a bedtime story if you are in your pajamas by 8 p.m. Always follow through. Be one person your children can count on to keep commitments. You, the parent, have a responsibility to be consistently reliable.
Precisely. If you're going to tell them a bedtime story, or if every night you're going to tell them to go to the altar there and pray to Jesus before you sleep, say a prayer before you sleep, or read a Bible line to your children, it's your consistent responsibility. Because once you do that, you'll make it into a habit. When a habit, you make it become a routine. When there's a routine, you make it become a responsibility. When you have the responsibility that when you do anything that next time you feel, you become very resilient that I must do it. You become like OCD, okay, something like that, okay. Right, let me see, how many more? Okay, let's finish the number 4 again.
Okay. Teach children that acting responsible creates successful
Responsibly.
Responsibly
Yes.
creates successful results. Acknowledge responsibility by pointing out when your children do their chores. Point out to children that their contribution to the family makes a difference. When you empty the dishwasher, I feel happier making dinner.
Yeah.
Own and
communication. That is communication. Next one. Very good.
Own and accept their feelings. Thank you for telling me that you feel frustrated that you must do your homework before playing. That helps me understand what is going for you. What can I do to help you act responsibly and get it done?
I feel that stop here. I think doing homework is part and parcel of every student. That you cannot avoid it. Without doing homework and submitting homework and pay attention in class and resilience to study for your exam, it's like if you can't do all these things as a professional full-time students for the next 10 years, like that means I count for primary 1, don't count K1, K2 and nursery. Start from primary 1 all the way to Set 4, 10 years. This 10-year of journey, just fully concentrate on study. You know why I say 10 years of Gerald? Because after Set 4, some of the students will stop studying with you because their family are poor, they cannot afford. But in Singapore, no way. If your result is good, you got EduSave award, right? Correct. Gerald, have you got your EduSave award before? Yes. Gerald.
Yes.
Yeah, have you got your EduSave award before?
Yeah.
So you feel good, right? The few $100, right? 10 year and honey, I believe you also get your EduSave before, right?
No.
加油. This year.
Rachel, how to get EduSave?
That means you must study well, submit your homework.
That's it, right?
Then your result.
Must you be Singaporean or anything?
Yes, you must be
Singaporean. I'm not Singaporean.
Oh. Okay.
My parents are applying for it so that the PSLE cost will be a lot cheaper. I know PSLE, O level.
PSLE 你还讲
My bad, my bad. No. 不要打我。
我不打你，我在想你说讲 PSLE， 你是不是读书读到走火入魔了？Set 4
Yeah. I'm pretty sure O level the papers you have to pay a lot for each if you're not Singaporean.
$1,000. Oh, by the way, I just got one private student, Gerald, one private student doing O level, but because he come from China, Gerald, he's doing a private school here, $16,000. Your school fee is like, if you're Singaporean, I think it's less than $50, right? Per month. $16,000. Just to study English, Chinese, maths, physics,
That's a lot of money.
social study, and history. 16,000, and the exam fee is $1,000, tell you. $1,000 for the O-level subject.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying. That's why my parents are trying. My mom is making me Singaporean.
Very good. Lucky you take away the word trying. Smart, huh? Don't use the word try. Try, you will not be successful.
Doing her best to make me Singaporean.
Exactly. Hey, now you remind me, suddenly I sit straight and tell you, you see, your parents have been over day and nights talking to one another. 老公什么事老婆？我跟你讲我们这个宝贝天女我看最好是 apply for Singapore citizen. Then you got all the benefit, got all the these things, all these things because 他将来会在这边生孩子做工什么买屋子这些becomes anyway this country has helped him a lot, so I think we do change, 对吗？That's a responsibility. And then they know what they do? The resilient part is that they'll make sure that you make their call when beside EduSave Award, you'll make a call that means you will go for university, you'll make a call that you are Singaporeans, you were able to contribute yourself back to society and be resilient for yourself. Maybe after 10 years, can you? If you decide, can you? Maybe after 10 years, you got your Singapore citizenship, which I think you will. Maybe after 10, 15 years, say, hey, shucks, I don't like the Singapore citizenship. I decided to go Australia and maybe I become a PR there, maybe I become a citizen there. That's another chapter of your life. And your responsibility start again. And you want to be resilient so that you are able to get a citizenship. Get it, Okay, carry on. Now, EduSave Award, sorry, Gerald. So EduSave Award is something that is very useful for all of you, that this is something that you go down your history throughout the rest of your life. So Gerald, Han Ling and Daniel, once you got all these awards, you can really proudly and brag about telling your children, hey, Daddy last time 就是用功读书because 我教功课，我听课，所以我拿到这些 award. Your children will feel proud of you 对吗 Gerald？ 难道你跟你孩子儿子你懂Daddy 以前杀死多少个人我打死几个人哇！我跟你讲，我一个人可以杀死5、6个坏蛋。Your son will be if you kill someone, you beat someone, isn't it you will be go to jail? 我在监牢做了10年牢，我出来还是一条好汉。Gerald, I don't think you're going to share this kind of story to your children, 对吗？ So to share the good things, you know what I mean? It's your responsibility and duty. Carry on, please, can you?
Yeah, we are sensitive to others. Thank you for waiting while Joey needed my attention. It is easier to calm him down, and now it's time for you. Continue?
Yes, miss.
Take care of property. Thank you for taking care of your bike out of the rain, otherwise it may have rusted. Continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop.
Yes, okay. Are obedient to our community laws. Thank you for watching until the light turned green before walking across the street. I like how you keep yourself safe.
You see the way the parents say like that it's like those 你看眼睛长在屁股过马路不会看青灯才过，红灯不要过 that kind of stuff, talking like that. So it's different, right? From the parents who tell you, see why you never open your eyes cross the road use your handphone. So by doing the other ways of structuring it and explain to the persons. Yeah, next one.
Solve problem. I like how you solve your disagreement with Joey by offering to take a turn. Cooperation helps bring peace to our home and world. Hey, you're our peacemaker.
Yeah, you see the way they do it is the way you taught the tonality. Okay, then 2 more points. Then after that will be hunting.
2 more? No. Accept the consequences of their decision. I think you learned a lot from deciding to talk disrespectfully to your teacher and serving your school detention. What do you think you learned? What will you do differently tomorrow?
I don't think this type of parents are from the European side or the Westerners. In the Asian, I don't think a lot of parents will talk like that. Seriously, right?
They'll say something like, I'm not sure how to say the Hokkien or something. They'll be like say like Hokkai or something and say like, yeah.
不要读书了，活该咯。ask for it 啦。
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
叫你读书不要读，整天就是顶嘴。你看现在给老师讲了，活该。
Exactly.
啊，不要
Yeah.
讲对吗？跟你讲过几百次了咯，不要这样做，你还做啊？屁股痒啊？This is Asians
On point, on point.
responsibility of culture. Next one, the last point.
Make choices based on what is appropriate and acceptable, not for the reason of avoiding punishment. Thank you for telling me the truth about how my flower vase was broken. It helps me to trust you.
Yeah, that means honesty. Wow, they rephrase in such a nice way. Han Ling, your turn.
Resign from doing for your children what they can do themselves. When we take over from others, we can unintentionally rob them of feeling competent. Remember, when toddlers first learn to put on their own shoes, they don't want any help, even when it takes a long time. But what happens? Children become accustomed to having a servant. But what do we really want? Hopefully, children who act responsibly. Some parents might have written a resignation letter from their role as child servants. It might look like this.
Okay, thank you. Wait. This one, I think it's the last part already. Wait, I think it should be the last part. Okay. Gerald, can you read this one, the letter? Dear Joey.
Dear Joey, for too long I've accepted more responsibility for your homework than you. I want to apologize for taking over and giving the message that you are not competent. Actually, you are a bright and capable young man. I hope you believe that. To prove that I mean what I'm writing, I'm resigning from involvement with your homework. I am available if you would like to help with it. If you would like help with it anytime. Being there for you will never change, but from now on you are in charge. Maybe you are thinking, I'm so used to mom nagging me about my homework and study, it will be hard. It might be. I'd be glad to help you figure out a plan, but that is up to you. If you don't pass the year, I'll be okay with you attending summer school. I trust you to make the best decision for you. Love, Mom.
So when they are summer school, Gerald, is like those are remedial lesson. So in America, they do not have after school, they got remedial one. No? Not like you, right, Gerald? Not after school. Okay, Gerald, stay back for class today. Usually they will finish everything until the summer, they will go back to study. That's their remedial. So in the actual curriculum, once you finish 2 o'clock, you go home already. Or after 2 o'clock is CCA time. Okay, or even after 2 o'clock, there's no homework already. All the homework will be done during curriculum time. Seriously. You know why, Gerald? I'm telling you, because in Singapore, I taught one of the Christian schools here in Singapore. Their homework is so minimum that you can tell you it's like less than 15 minutes you can finish off. I tell you seriously. And yet there are still 1 or 2 people who don't do some students. But these are the students, Gerald, Tianyu, and Han Ling. They are a bit special needs. Okay, special needs. But the normal students will really complete their homework. Seriously. And they have perks and bonuses. So like this one, the mother wrote the letter to the son and telling it. It's the same thing, Han Ling. I also always tell my younger son, if you want to fail your Chinese, I will still love you. But it's good that you can pass your Chinese. I will still love you more, or not because you fail your Chinese, I will not love you more. But you are my son. But it's good that if you can pass
the issue is that it's like your ancestors will be looking down at your son in absolute disgrace.
Yes, I agree. But you see, my dear, the times has changed, right? It's a paradigm shift already. We have to use different methodologies and methods and ethos and pedagogies to teach the new generations. We cannot use they were saying you cannot use new tricks to teach old dogs. We can't teach old
You
dogs.
can't teach a new old dog
dogs.
new trick. Yes.
So we have to change from time to times. Seriously, I don't know, Gerald, Han Ling, Tianyu, maybe after 10, 15 years, I may not be able to teach your children. The style of teachings might be totally different. By then, if I want to teach, I might look at it, the curriculums, the style of teachings might be different. It's not easy for me to adapt when I start to teach. And I now slowly get used to it. If not, I cannot, no, seriously. So there are differences. That's why you see some old teachers, after teaching for a few years or few months, they give up. They don't want to teach, they retire. They say, this generation of children is unteachable, horrible creatures. Wow, I like to argue with teachers, but this is a new generation. So the older teachers have to give up and say, sorry, I think it's not my cup of tea, I have to give up, sorry. I think it's wrong. Okay. Carry on. Gerald. With children.
Will children want to lose their servants waiting on them? Not necessarily. They may even feel angry and up the ante to invite you back into the role. However, Kathy Lin, author of Who's in Charge Anyway, states, if your kids don't sometimes hate you, you're not doing your job. The tough work of parenting. In our family, we discovered that children 10 years old can put away their laundry, prepare their own breakfast, pack their own lunch, and prepare a dinner a week for the family. By 12 years old, they can typically look after their own laundry and handle a clothing and necessity allowance. As a parent education guru, Barbara Colors
Baba Cororasa wrote.
wrote, what children need is support, explanation, encouragement, opportunities to be responsible, and invitations to think for themselves. If you try on some of the above ideas, you will help develop a resilient and responsible children.
Now you understand? Thank you, thank you. So you look at this one. Support and explanation, encouragement, opportunities. This is a new generation, a new group of human beings who have the more higher EQ now, or should I say IQ? EQ may not certain to certain people. A higher IQ people, we need to penetrate to their brain to let them understand, to invite them to think, rethink, and to learn, relearn, and unlearn. These three things. To learn, relearn, and unlearn certain things. Our generation is to learn. We will never do unlearn one. We never believe in unlearn and relearn. If you are relearn, Jariah, that means this person is hopeless already. Hopeless, that means stay back. He's a repeat student. His IQ, EQ is lousy. So my generation, if any student were to stay back for one more year, they are stupid. They are useless. They are hopeless. But now you realize that certain thing you do, cannot, must relearn again. It's nothing wrong. They will say that, well done, you are lifelong learning. Oh my goodness. Different generations. Okay, everything you need to know. Okay, dance. We have done this one. Thank you. So how to resign and making happy children. A well call for that. We have just completed the topics now. So we have a couple of minutes. So will you mind kindly? Okay, we will skip this one here. For the next round here, I will take away all these things and then we can continue for next week topics for resilience and responsibility. Well, meanwhile, can you spend some time? Like I tell you, you got the answer, right? Okay, let's go.
What answer? Wait,
Yeah,
Chair, what was the question? Can you scroll up?
Oh, sorry.
So are we meant to give our meaning?
Yeah. Okay, I go to the toilet for a while. So your job is to do what I'm doing now like that, okay? Okay, have you all done anything for resilient and responsive? Your definition, please. Thank you. Then we'll call it a day, all right? Are you all writing, huh? Once you are done, the three of you finish out these three columns, then we call it a day, okay? Thank you for Gerald. Gerald say resilient is this one. Okay. I won't restrict you how many words to write. At least 2 or 3 sentences I'll be happy. Ling is this one is resilient now. Ling.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think it's too big the word. Must make it smaller. Hey, ayo. Okay, we'll make it about say 11. Okay, that's better. So everyone can read through. Okay. Daniel, are you writing?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You better get it fixed out. Tomorrow got class on. If not, then you'll be like that.
I'll try my best.
You try
Actually, no, try. I'll do my
you
best. Do
try,
my
you
best. Do my
try.
best. Do my best. My
Yes.
bad.
No bad. If you bad, I become sad. Nobody will be glad. Resilience is the ability to go against failure. Whoa. And resist the urge to give in. Whoa. It allows us to break our limits to achieve things we couldn't possibly do if we give up. Whoa. Wow, you more sweet. Well done. Don't surrender and accept your loss with honor. Wow, work harder with that loss. Make use of what you learn and get back to the winning stick, to the winning way, and get back. Get back what? Oh, you're right. Get back up again strongest. This is the true spirit. Oh my goodness, true spirit. The spirit. I think my this Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi, my screen lagging. Okay. Move here, move there. Now, next one for y'all to do responsibility. I come back again, huh? Responsibility is the weight of the roles and duties you are in charge of. It keeps, okay, so it stands for responsibility. It keeps us in line and makes sure that with great powers come with great responsibility. Apply to our life. Oh, Spider-Man. Every action has a consequence, and you should always weigh the pros and cons of your own actions. Having this state of mind allows you to make the best decision possible. Even to err is human, and if a bad decision is made, be carefully prepared to face the consequences of your own actions. I thought you would put this would be better. To err is human, to divine is God, or to divine is mercy.
No, to err is human, to forgive is divine.
Forgive me?
I didn't,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes,
to
yes.
forgive.
I didn't put the second part because it wasn't relevant to the
No,
responsibility.
can. It can be relevant. It's nothing wrong. It's possible. Because it's a link to it's a fist spot. It's a link to tell you that is to err is humans, to forgive is divine. Sometimes responsibility is that because you take over the responsibility, you know someone made the mistake, someone was not resilient, you take over and you forgive the person and you hold the responsibility. Yes. Hey, Daniel, where is yours?
I just sent both. I sent for the first two.
Oh, I saw. Okay, resilient. Okay. It is about bouncing back up after your failures, no matter what.
Wait, Joe was the first one. Joe was the first one. I mean the last one.
Last one is this one. How it will work for you. Sorry,
What does that mean?
Yeah, these two lah. After you explain resilience and responsibility, how these two will work for you in your life. Okay. It is about bouncing back up after your failure, no matter what problems, no matter what problems or obstacle ahead of you. Resilience is about never give up in anything on something. It's not, should be on something else. On some things you do, not giving up to your failures. I don't fear someone who never lost a battle, as there will always be the first team. But the fear someone who will get back up no matter the amount of times you knock them down. Yeah, I agree. You fear someone that give up. No, I don't fear someone. I fear someone that did not give up and come back strong again. That is the one I'm more worried, because he will come out with a vengeance, with a much more revengeful, with more committed heart, with more gusto, with more guts. Responsibility is something that you must take into account, by right? Account of your actions. Not running away from the consequences of your actions is showing your responsibility as a person to deal with your mistakes. So Tianyu, Tianyu, now you understand what it means now. Okay, so now you know for the next few months you must be very, very, very resilient for your coming to study, especially your math. Tell you okay. This is Hanling. When you make a bad decision, you take responsibility for it. Then resilience tells you to get back.
I can't spell.
Never mind, work harder, because you type fast, it's okay. And work harder so that you can take a greater responsibility next time. Yes. Now you understand why they are twins, right? Usually twins think alike, they like to do certain things, correct? Gerald, you give me the last one already, not yet, huh?
No, only the responsibility.
No, everything except the last part, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tianyu. The last one you mentioned this, let me see.
HR, I type for you.
Okay, thank you. Resilience will teach me to not give up after feeling something. Fighting back with a stronger will to win. I like this one, man, bro. Stronger will. You if there's a will, is there a way, there's a will. If there's a will, there's a way, correct? 对吗？有事者事竟成。Responsibility teaches me to own up to my mistake as long as it is my responsibility. Well done. Wow, Daniel, you understand already, Good. So with the essay like that, you know what to do already. You see, not many students will write like that. In fact, tomorrow lesson we are doing quite similar to this, but not like this. When there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. Correct. When there's a will, there's a way. Correct. I think I should put this inside the last statement. Is this the first time you hear this? Can you?
And I mean, first time hearing you say, but in terms of song, no, because it's sang, but it was in the lyrics for "Waiting for Love"
Oh
by
no,
one of the.
oh, I never heard this, but is this the first time? Oh, you heard this?
Yeah, I heard it in the lyrics. Is that I just saying like when there's a will, there's a way, kind of beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now you see, even song also use free spot, Can you? Yeah, this is a proverb.
Which song is that again? What song is
Waiting
that?
for love, waiting for love.
Oh, wait, I keep forgetting the name of the song.
When there's a will, there's a way, kind of beautiful. And
so
every
you see?
night has its day, so magical.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
using free
can't
spot, using
remember.
a proverbs, Can you? You're using a proverbs inside the song, So how can you don't use free spot, my dear children, leaders? Must use. You make the song better, 对吗, Tian Yu? Sounds nicer,
Agree.
You make the song, the flavor is different. Thank you, Gerald. Okay, we can call it a day already. Resilience keeps us going strong and responsive. Make sure we do it morally correct. Hey, damn it, man. I like that. It's make it we do it morally correctly. No, it's not correctly. Make it more yeah, it's true, no. I like the word morally. Seriously, if you're doing immoral or not doing honest, it's wrong. Okay, there are responsibility of doing good things and bad things. With the doers. I like the way, hey, don't copy mine, Gerald, copycat. I say twins, you use doer. Wow, play with words, synonyms. Wow, steady, brother. It makes us stronger and better, turning our dreams into reality. That is why you see Thomas Edison, Sir Isaac Newton, Steve Jobs, Sir Isaac Newton, Steve Jobs. You know Steve Jobs got cancer, right? During the process when he was fighting a pancreas cancer, he continued to work hard, resilience, and even stand out and show the last iPhone 10 or iPhone 7 or 8. I can't remember. Okay, anyway, I don't support Apple's products. But I really like his characters, and also as Bill Gates, all these people, Jack Ma. You know, Jack Ma has been thrown away by KFC, right? And if not, I think he should thank KFC for not accepting him. That's why.
Isn't he the wait?
Isn't he Alibaba? Oh, yes, he is Alibaba.
Oh, wait, never mind. I thought he was the founder of KFC. That's why I was so confused.
The founder of KFC is Colonel Sanders.
Oh my
Come
God,
on,
yeah.
you can't mess it up. It's Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, correct.
I don't eat enough KFC to remember.
Daniel,他去 interview， 他说他长得很丑。Then that's why the rest is history lah, Daniel. If KFC were to accept him today, we got no Jack Ma and no Alibaba already. So sometimes you see the failures make the person even stronger, more resilient. So I think by end of today's lesson, you learn something resilient. So tomorrow, Daniel, okay, if you talk about resilient, you can show off already. Well done. So now this one is very, very, very important, resilient. Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. Gerald, well done. Using the dual, I can use this dual for tomorrow lesson also. Remind me, I'll tell you, dual and twins. Right. Thank you so much. Copyright. Don't show off your hand, bloody hell, purposely do that in front of me. You know I cannot do. I also can do. You see, I can do. The only thing I got lesser hand than you. Okay. Bloody hell. I don't want to say emotional damage. I say bloody hell.